Menu narration option is set to off.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos under the lights on Thursday night.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Wilson going to come out throwing. And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on. Because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They go play action with Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 14 carries, 102 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points in it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Play action. It's Wilson. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's Mahomes again. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 12. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Play action. Now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards. Again, Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Oh, and now some space to operate. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's what we were hoping to see out of Williams last season before a torn ACL 4 weeks in, growing expectations that he could join the top tier of NFL running backs. That type of upside remains, though, and Denver certainly prepared to help him unlock it as he returns to full strength.
Now Wilson on first down. It's complete to Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me
and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Well, we got a pause here for an injured player, and as you can see, that's Patrick Mahomes right now who's in some discomfort, and everybody kind of holding their breath. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Now it's the backup Gabbert. A dump down to McKinnon. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gabbert now from the 50. That's laid out deep for Rice. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Here's Gabbert. And this is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Gabbert. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Gain of 22 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Off the play fake. Gabbert. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Baron Browning from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw, Gabbard. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Final play of the half. It's Wilson.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And now Gabbard calls a halt to things as he turns and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Gabbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. Touchdown! Tim Patrick, his 4th touchdown on the year. The Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. KC's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he's not able to get away. Gabbert sacked. DJ Jones able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket. And
oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
At the 30-yard line.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
A first down there for Sutton, and he had over 800 yards for Denver last season. Productive, tall target. The Broncos going to make sure they hang on to despite increased trade interest.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They try the left side here with Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. There he goes again. Oh, some strong running. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Chiefs 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting. One. After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, Gabbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're indeed going for it. It's Gabbert. Oh,
hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 16. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We're back now in KC. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Pulled down by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes a payoff by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously want. And he's not able to get away. Gabbert sacked. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Williams. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Let's go. Bring it.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Hustle. Let's go.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Pacheco headed right.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
The tackle made by Kareem Jackson. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now Gabbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Baron Browning, his 2nd sack of the night.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice
from 21 yards away.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Chiefs 21.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Gabbert now.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's 1st and goal.
Here's Gabbert now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Gabbert here again. And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. Broncos are going to get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final